with me, right? So they, someone, a soul champion accepts the claim and said, hey, I'm willing to take this upon myself.
Well, actually, they recently came together from their entire flame burner, and they did a prayer wall to pray for another ministry to come in the community. That's how they got started. And all of a sudden, as they were walking through the town, they realized we got another big issue. We got a big issue in the country. We got another big issue out hurting. Mainly initially in response to people who were unemployed, trying to find a job, put their car bill, whatever. One in Carrollton, the foundation actually helped because I had someone in the community who made a comment that I'm a thief, and so it was a challenge. So we just went to the church and said, hey, look, we get you guys together. So we just started putting them together, and
Somebody throw it as a challenge.
I don't think you can do it, Kim.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. She missed 2 wells.
So,
May I say something?
yes, ma'am, please do.
I totally agree with you, Kim. We're from Assembly of the Saints. We're a very small community, and we are part of the outreach ministry, whereas we found a need in our community, but we've come to understand, and that's why I'm so glad that we're having this meeting, because we do want to group up with an organization that is larger, because we can do more together than we can separate. And so currently, right now, we've been making donations of clothing and food, of things of that nature to the Fullerton mission, because I didn't know nowhere else to take them, because I'm new to Villa Rica, but outreach is my ministry. And so I'm glad to hear, and of course, I'm going to be definitely reaching out to you, Kim, so that we at the Assembly of the Saints can combine with bigger organizations to where we can make an impact. Because, you know, for what we do, I'm grateful, but we want to make a bigger impact in the community. So.
Like food, for instance, I mean, you know, right now, you're probably having to go to Sam's or the grocery store,
Yeah.
that's expensive.
Yeah.
You guys get an organization together, and you don't have this group, and you get connected to that line, some food things where you're buying 2 or 26 things.
Yeah.
You could buy a heck of a lot of food, and then a lot of stuff they just end up giving. I mean, you know, they just chip up whatever, and so then you can tap into those other things that makes your money go further.
Yeah. Yeah. And currently, it's been in our church where the members have made that donation. You know, we call for a need of food drive, non-perishable items, and so we have the members bring in the non-perishables, and so we are able to organize a box and we take and deliver. So that's what we're currently doing, but as I mentioned, we do want to make a greater impact.
And you can still do that. I mean, like in our church, we're a member of Open Hands, and so on Super Bowl Sunday every year, we do the Super Bowl appearance, which is one of you know what?
Yeah.
Everybody brings, you know, everything brings 10 cans of soup, so we just
Yeah.
supplement with them.
Yeah.
Churches can still
Do that. Okay.
but you're just, I mean, you know, financially.
Financial, gotcha. Gotcha.
But financially, that thing's taking money off.
Go a whole lot further.
Go into
Yeah.
Walmart, buy,
Yeah, you're right.
whatever.
You're right.
Yes, ma'am.
So I can understand, make sure I understand. Basically, you're saying we could go ahead together as community organizations to create like an open hand delivery, and that's another 501c3. And then every organization that's part of that would pay dues, whatever that would be for them. And that would give them the ability to say, hey, you know, like for instance, you guys have a food bank, is that correct? So they could use that 501c3 or, you know, go to the CCFP and get whatever they need, but it would be sort of this centralized. So does Open Hands have do they have an individual office? Is it like
They
an
were
outside
the
place?
longest for out of First Baptist, Carrollton, that little white house, and from car wash, where you know, a lot. And then they've been up there for a while, and they were given an incredibly generous gift to build their own building. And so they raised the money, so they had that, because they wanted to, they've not been able to do it during COVID, obviously, but their new building will allow people to shop.
have representatives that serve on that board from the faith community, from our churches, from our healthcare professionals who are caring for our local law enforcement, representatives. Not that we're all individually taking it seriously, obviously, but to take it seriously as a body of Christ, and for the community to see the churches on the front lines, and the churches to see the community on the front lines as it should be. I mean, I don't know, this excites us, you know. I mean, T-shirts is there in downtown Villa, and Miss Nancy, who's our director, we've been doing care kits for the homeless and those in need, you know, just to bring them dignity and a chance to take a shower and have toothpaste, but we end up giving those and clothes, a lot of them, to Seven Bridges and to a lot of detentions and things in downtown Atlanta. For us to be able to take this excess, which is really what that is, that's vision loads. For us to take excess and come together, and I know each of us has some multiplication that's going on in our churches, and I'm loving it.
And Martha too, I mean, in Marshall, they just started doing about 6 months ago, and all they're doing now is food, because they realize that's all they can handle.
Right.
They don't have to do what they need. You know, different ones have done different things, but to you and I are more than happy to push your attention, because I think if there's, somebody to go over and talk to Sue, see how it's done, go about, and go to watch for see how I think, and I could be wrong, I think most of their boards per se are made representatives of the churches. And so I think they regularly communicate. I'm sure that the police department, the sheriff's department, the guys who do this phone number in their phone. They have distribution days, but then they also have emergency too. So they have it up on somebody who I happen to do. I doubt it costs you to ignore it, but they would shoot me over there. It's not. They have regular, like, typically, Whitesburg, they do theirs twice a month, because they're small. But yeah, I mean, I think that the power of people coming together and just working, I just see it work so many times, and like I said, you guys, you know, cover the Little Rica, and so we're talking about the Little Rica School District, that's gonna be our people. And then if somebody shows up and says, I'm your future school, where do you live? Why, I live in the, not much of a community about it. It's okay to say.
I mean, my hope, you know, and I don't speak for everybody, but my hope is that anybody in this community who's in need, who's in VR, who sees a cross, sees hope.
Yeah.
And that, you know, also again, and I think the thing that I'm interested in, and I know our church people, I'm sure all of our churches would be interested in, is your research, the statistics that are there, what the numbers look like, because there's going to be a disconnect, just like all of us have church signs, that all of our people, that our neighbors drive by, and they're so used to seeing it that they don't see it. And I think the numbers need to come to the front, and we need as churches to take the opportunity to say, hey, and put it in front of our people so they don't miss the need sign that's blatantly right in front of them.
I mean, the numbers are constantly growing, so it's almost
Moving part.
it is a moving target. It's hard to pinpoint how many, because it moves through 20 all the time. We're in a transit community, so it's hard to pinpoint about how many we grow or how many we lose, or so it comes and goes. But when we do have that opportunity, why not? You know, as far as I mean, as an officer, we deal with it so much, and there's so much that can be brought to the table for as a community. Because as officers, you know, we deal with them, and then it's either they go through the law and they end up in jail or back on the road, or it's just a recurring cycle. So, I mean, I don't want it to be that way. We don't want it to be that way.
I think it would be amazing. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be quiet after this. I've got several church members in here, and they're laughing right now. But for me, you know, and I'll just speak for myself, give me something to preach on a Sunday, and I'll do it. I mean, it's one of those things where if this is something that generates and comes together, surely pastors or associate pastors or lay speakers, whoever it is, the churches will stand up and take the opportunity during sermon time to put this out there and say, look what VR is doing. you know, look at how the hands and feet of Christ are tackling needs that are in our faces. And, you know, I would love to see something organized. And I know I'm speaking a lot. I'm not volunteering for My wife's gonna kill me for speaking up like that. Anyway, just kidding. Whatever I can do.
So I'll springboard off of a couple of things that I've heard. Not dependence, independence, right? And someone else, I don't know that they said the word unity, but they flirted with that, right? So would it be safe to say that currently in American society, we live in a very divisive,
Yes.
divided culture,
Yes.
right? Wouldn't it, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that doctrinally we'll all arrive at the same conclusions based on scriptural reference. That's not what I'm saying necessarily. But certainly there are some items where we can unify and work together and collectively solve similar issues,
Yes.
right? Is that a truth? Okay. So basically what I'm hearing is that there is a blueprint that exists. Ours may end up looking a little different for the Villa community, but the fact that it's been done successfully three places in this county should be encouraging to us. And I hope that someone here is thinking, how can I start? Right? So, is there a champion in the room? Right? Is there a David? All right. Let's give her a hand. Remind me of your name.
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. Which Adams are you related to?
Well, Sheila and Danny, but we come from Atlanta.
Okay. All right. I know both
We've
some.
been here 15 years.
Okay. I know some good Adams and some, you know.
Only the good ones.
Okay. So.
What we did, like, for open hands, this is a challenge. I make it a little bit of this, I make it small, obviously, whatever. We came up with a mailing list or email list of every church we could possibly identify in the city of Jefferson. We invited them to lunch. I think we had like a Chick-fil-A sandwich, bag of chips, whatever. And we basically just laid out conditions and said, look, these are the needs. This is what we're going to start with. You know, you pastors, whatever, whatever congregation in the city are interested. And if you are, let us know. And so then we gave them, you know, because everyone's got those considerations. We gave them a couple of months, and they let us know that there's, and we just started with 4 to 3. I think initially we had 5 churches, and then as it got going, we ended up with 10 pages. I think they had 50. I think when I put away, we were talking about
Yeah.
various sizes.
I think that if we can get the ball rolling on this, I think the number of people in the room the next time, especially once it starts being marketed and being seen in the communities, I think there are other organizations that will probably say, what is that? And how can we get involved? So I'm going to add one thing to the punch list before we leave. I like Kim and Amy's name contact information, right? So a couple of items. Officer O'Bannon has already painstakingly created like a roster of faith organizations and has collected contact information for those. So she'd be a great resource for you on that item. It would save you some legwork and some office hours and some Googling because City of Lord is already paid her to do that. So your tax dollars at work, right? So we've done something. Okay, so I'm excited about this, and I appreciate you stepping into the plate.
Can I just ask one thing?
Sure.
It will probably pick up in our ability to make this start working after Easter.
Yeah, I recognize that coming up on the first Sunday in April, there's a lot going on. And I don't think any of this problem didn't get created in 3 months. And I think we all collectively understand that this is going to take some effort and some time to bring legs to it and make it stand, walk, and run on its own. So.
If she could share her list, you can share the link, whenever, if y'all want to volunteer to get her sent to the list to look, because one of our things, we use everybody's screen rates, and we realize a lot of churches do get mail, mailbox, they got mailbox, and so y'all would do that list and say, oh, you forgot this church. It's not that you're trying to be exclusive, it's just, there's churches once we don't know they're there.
Sure.
And some people are really short, some people are replacements, so y'all can help circulate that list. That's the first step, and then when you hear about it, they'll join in, and other people will get involved, and it's like,
Sure.
But one more thing, I'll say, foundation provided leadership, and this is, we did a study in October of the extended stay hotels in the city of Milton, and I've got a copy of this in the executive summary for the open on our website. This might be helpful just for insight, for people that we encounter. And I'll be more than happy to share with you. We talked about doing the hotels in the record, but we actually did 5 of the 7 in Milton, and we had such strong trends with what we were seeing, we were done. We knew that we were on the same thing, we saw the solution first. The city was called Curious Permanent, so we're working with these, and that's going to talk about that.
And I want to say that Community Foundation was going to have funding opportunities that are open, yes, coming up, so.
Free money.
Well,
Do you have a funding season? Is there a certain date that we would be ready for that?
well, I mean, we've got, yes and no, we've got some small ones open right now. I mean, the one that you guys probably want to apply for is going to be our community type grants, and that one is due the first Friday in August, so you have to reserve. And it opens up, I think, the first. And so that's the one that I would recommend you guys go. And we can also, there's other funding sources around it. But you gotta figure out, I mean, the biggest is what you're doing for. And so I think you also got to look at that. You've got a building, you've got some space. You don't have to pay for that. That's a big, at least addition, it's maybe done as an addition, you may grow into something bigger. At least.
How can we count on, how much can we count on that? Okay. So, are there any questions up to this point on the items we have covered, or does anyone have supplemental or alternate ideas that they would like considered and discussed? I certainly don't want to capitalize the floor all night, but like a preacher, give me a mic and show me the study. So, any alternate plans or ideas? Yes, ma'am.
I'm not an alternate idea, but two shirts does, okay, we have homeless people up there and we give them free loading, I give them emergency food bag, feed, a couple of people, and that goes and goes more, and so,
So that's
right now, that's something.
So that's some immediate relief, food for thought that I can share with our patrol guys guys and gals, as we respond to these situations. Excellent. Thank you.
Hunter, I'll just add that with Patrol County Mobile Advocates Program and our Patrol County Crisis Response Team, we work pretty closely with DHS Emergency Shelter. And they serve all of Carroll County, but primarily in Carrollton, but we've been serving quite a few citizens, our clients in Florida. And with the agreement we have with DHS is we are working with a client with them. They're allowing us a 2-week window to, clients refer to our program as being in crisis. They're allowing us to pay for medical assistance or mental assistance for 2 weeks to help us get
Some stability.
stable, figure out what the crisis is, help manage that, and figure out what our next steps are. Now that may not work for every client, but in most situations, they're able to work with us on that. So for your group moving forward, that's just something to think about. We have clients who are in crisis that don't have anywhere to go. That's just a good allocation of funds to have set aside because people don't have a place to sleep. And you can't figure all that out in 2 nights or 2 days.
Right.
It takes time.
So would they accept a referral from a faith organization, or does that need to come through our referral form that we're familiar with? Our form? Okay. I'm familiar with that.
But they can contact, you can contact me or Lieutenant, and we can get it.
Yeah. We're familiar with that form. We know how to use it. So,
That hasn't been for a while.
yeah, that's a law enforcement deferral program with CMHA. We won't spend all your time talking about that, but it's just a new and very exciting, very promising program for the county. We actually had a training today. Several of us were in relative to that. Yeah, there was some excellent information, but anyway, for those of you who weren't there, we won't have a private conversation publicly about it, okay? Are there any other ideas? Okay, so let me ask you this. How are you comfortable communicating with the balance of the group who may want to be interested? How would you have them exchange information with you?
Is it on that? I can get you a copy. I can have a copy of the roster, and I'll have it in the front lobby waiting for you with your name on it. But I can make several copies for everyone if you want one. Yeah,
I mean, I can give everybody my info right now. I will start the process, and then we have another person who will take over
Okay.
from that point, but it'll be me for a little while.
Okay. So are you like getting ready to broadcast your information?
Sure, yeah.
Have your
Just don't hand it out to strangers.
Set your decoder
Contact
reading.
me for help, please.
Amy is preparing to share her contact.
Yeah, my email is Amy, A-M-Y, at mylifegatechurch.com.
At what?
MyLifeGateChurch.
One word.
Yes, sir.
All
Yeah,
right.
and then our office phone number is 770-459-8653.
And what's that?
So not to place anyone on the spot or call anyone by name, but Mr. Barber, would you be interested in sharing any items with the group this evening, sir?
This surpasses my expectations.
Yeah, we're very proud of this turnout. This is the Villarica that I know. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, sir.
No, it's good. When I was in somewhere, where was I? I was in Fairburn. The job for this, and I did something like this, and I never seen the group again. It was horrible. So, I mean, to say that this is encouraging is gross mistake.
So as Mr. Barber and Officer O'Bannon and I were walking up here, we were talking about some city stuff, and I was saying positivity. And this is a great way to end the day, because this is, I think, has been a very beneficial meeting up to this point. So I won't capitalize the floor, but as we're beginning to move towards a closure, I'll pause one more time. They teach you in instructor school, before you close, you step forward, you look your audience in the eye, you display your palm to demonstrate openness and ask, are there any questions? Are there any problems? Are there any problems not relative to homelessness? I don't want to open Pandora's box, but any other items that we can assist with this evening? So as we move to a close, I would ask that Amy and Kim, can y'all take this one start? Is that awesome? Okay, so I'll be honest with you, it's not that the police department doesn't want to help. We do. We're just not exactly certain how we fit into the equation, right? Because we are taxpayer funded. We're not necessarily in a position to, we write tickets, we don't write checks. Okay, so I'm not certain where exactly we fit in. We're glad to assist with information as a clearinghouse and facilitation, and I mean, if we need to have another community meeting to coordinate facility use, we want to help because we want to work together on solving the problem. I'm just not exactly certain along every step of the way where we'll be able to help. Okay, so, but if you need us, please call us. I'm going to put some of my business cards on the table here as you exit. If you want one, by all means, please get one.
I think we'll send out like a Google form to everybody who's here tonight, just so we can get your information and the best way to contact you, and who our point of contact should be, and then probably just a few questions about how you'd like to be involved. So what you feel like your church or your organization would like to bring us to, whatever it is. And then maybe in, I don't know, like late April, we could gather again and get involved with that.
Sure. Yeah, more hands, more better. I agree.
Y'all can do something. Y'all are very robust group.
Yeah, when you actually write down all the faith organizations that exist in this city, it's actually a pretty long list. Like you say, some of them are smaller. You know, some people have hundreds of congregants. Some people have 10, 15. So the ability to share that workload among the smaller and larger groups, I think, is probably going to be critical as we move forward. So, anything else? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Thank you so much for being here. I feel like we've had a very productive discussion. I'm personally grateful for everyone's attendance, the good comments, the information shared, the connections made, the volunteer to lead. Please let us know what we can do to assist along the way. And if you guys have another meeting and would like us to participate, let us know. Okay, we're glad to help. Thank y'all, Mr. Barber. Anything further? Kim, Jody, Tanner, anyone in attendance? Anyone? Let's go home and love our families.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.